What's going on, everybody? This is Setfoot here, and today I am back with another college football prediction video. And this time I'm going to be talking about the number 17th ranked USC Trojans. Yes, the rankings will change after today, so they'll probably change different. But as for now, these are the rankings still, but they'll change today on Sunday. So, number 17th ranked USC Trojans pulled out a win, just like Oregon did versus Iowa. Iowa is usually that team where, like, if a team is trying to get into college football playoffs, Iowa is there to make your day depressing. And so, literally, Iowa is usually the college football playoffs hopes killer, but they went 0-2 versus Oregon and USC. They pulled out one. USC was down, and of course, they came back and won. I had a great game for them. Lincoln Riley, hey, he's actually has a team this year. Potentially, they could go to the playoffs too. Oregon, they dismantled Minnesota at home on Friday night. That wasn't even a game. Minnesota likes to show up when they show up. So, as a further ado, let's go ahead and go through this video. But man, some crazy games also last night. We got Georgia just dismantling Texas, but Oklahoma just survives on the road versus Alabama. It's like they own Alabama. I think they're like they're like 3-0 against Alabama recently, especially since joining the SEC. I'm about to say Big Ten, but the SEC. And but as a further ado, let's go ahead and go through this video. This game will be at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, but I think it's 12 o'clock, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, since they're out west and I'm on the East Coast. So would love to see this game as a night game, but I think it'll probably be like 8 o'clock their time, which would be like 10 o'clock our time. So still, the old Pac-12 rivals, foes once again. I wish these two teams were still in the Pac-12, but money goes and the teams follows. So again, let's go ahead and go through this video. So the location will be at Austin Stadium, which is Oregon. I wish I would could go there one time just to visit. I love Oregon's jerseys, and but hey, they haven't won anything. But yet they have like 100+ jersey, which is crazy to think about. I guess because your Nike headquarters are there and they get all the free stuff they want. So location is Austin Stadium. It looks like a cool atmosphere. I think it's probably gonna be nice and sunshine, hopefully, first with this game. So there you guys have the location of this game. Last week in Week 12, we have one more week left of college football regular season. Is that crazy or what? We already are in the middle of the November. Time is just flying by. So we got one more regular season game after this weekend and this rivalry weekend. So it's crazy. Just crazy to think about that college football is coming to a close. But we do got more football, which is the playoffs. That'll be interesting to see as well. So Week 12, Oregon dismantled Minnesota on Friday, 42-13. The record is 9-1, 6-1 overall in the conference. USC pulled out a win. They were down the whole time until the fourth quarter. And hey, USC, congrats to them. They had a great game against Iowa to come back. Also, speaking of coming back, Texas A&M was down 30-3 against South Carolina the first half. In the second half, they just steamrolled and won 31-30. I mean, that game was wild too. Like, it just felt like South Carolina gave up that game. But anyways, back to this segment. So yeah, USC was down the whole time, like 21 points in the first half, and it was like 21 to like 3 or 10 or something like that. And then USC just came back, and it looked like Iowa was gonna like have more points than like 21, which is kind of crazy because like Iowa and passing just doesn't really make sense to me at all because they're kind of like a low-scoring type team. All right, so previous meeting back in the old Pac-12 days of November 11th of 2023, Oregon won 36-27, so that was a very close game. And USC, though, leads the all-time series with 39 wins, 23 losses, and 2 ties of the series between the two. Next slide, we're going to go through the stat leaders. I know that I usually get the top players, but I switched it to stat leaders to who has the most stats in each position. So like quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and then defensive lineman, linebacker, or defensive back as well. All right, so quarterback Dante Moore had a great game on Friday. He went 27 attempts, or 27 completions with 30 attempts, with 306 passing yards, averaged about 10.2 per throw. He had 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, so pretty good day for him. Running back Noah Whittington, my bad. He had 8 carries, 72 yards, 9.0 yards average per carry, and 1 touchdown. And also the 2 other running backs, that Jordan Davison had 2 and Jay Harris had 1 touchdown. So solid day for the running game for Oregon. Wide receiver Kenyon Sadiq, he had 8 receptions, 96 yards of receiving, averaged about 12.0 per catch. He had 1 touchdown, so solid day for him. And also Jeremiah McClellan had 1 touchdown for Oregon's offense against Minnesota. And then USC, Jaden Maiava had a great game, though it was low scoring. But hey, they pulled out the win. He had a great game, in my opinion. 23 completions with 32 attempts, 254 yards of passing, averaged about 7.9 per throw, had 1 touchdown and 0 interceptions. Number 30, King Miller, he had 19 carries, 83 yards of rushing, averaged about 4.4 per carry, had 0 touchdowns, and the only guy to have the rushing touchdowns was Brian Jackson. He had 2 touchdowns for USC. Wide receiver Makai Lemon, he had 10 receptions, 153 yards of receiving, averaged out 15.3 per catch, had 1 touchdown. So a really good day for him. Solid day. All right, so stat leaders for defense. We got Oregon defensive lineman Bear Alexander. He had 3 total tackles, 1 solo, 1 tackles for loss. And linebacker Bryce Butcher, he had 6 total tackles, 3 solo. And lastly, defensive back Jaden Candy had 5 total tackles, 2 solo. And so there you guys have it for the defensive side of Oregon. And then next we got USC. We got Anthony Lucas for defensive lineman with 6 total tackles, 4 solo. And linebacker Desmond Steffens, the second, he had 7 total tackles, 2 solo. And lastly, defensive back Christian Pierce with 7 total tackles and 3 solo. So there you guys have it for the offensive stat leaders and the defensive stat leaders as well. All right, so full team stats for Oregon. We got 510 yards of total on offense, and they only allowed 200 yards on defense, which was pretty solid. Passing, they had 331 yards of passing. Defense, they only allowed 138 yards of passing, pretty solid. And rushing, they had a solid day with 179 yards of rushing, and they only allowed 62 yards of rushing on defense. So solid day for Oregon against Minnesota. USC, they had 360 yards on offense total, and of course, they allowed only 320 yards allowed on defense, which is shocking, especially for Iowa. They're not really much of a up-tempo type offense. But passing, they had 254 yards of passing on offense for USC, and they only allowed 137 yards of passing, which is pretty solid. But their issue for the rushing, they only had 106 yards of rushing, but their defense allowed almost 200 yards of rushing, which that is a little concern right there. So they had 183 yards allowed on rushing. So there you guys have for the full team stats. And also more stats of the full team stats is first downs. Oregon had 27 total first downs. Third down efficiency, they were pretty solid with 6 for 9 for 66%. Fourth down efficiency, they didn't go on fourth down. Turnovers, they did have 1 turnover on offense, but they didn't force any turnovers on defense. They had 4 penalties. Time possession is 29 minutes and 36 seconds. So there you guys have fun. All right, and lastly, for team comparison, USC, they're ranked 18.5 overall. Offensive rank, they had 39.9 points per game, pretty solid, with 6 out of the 134th. Defense, though, could be a little concerning, especially against Oregon. But hey, they've had a good year so far this year for USC with 21.5 points per game. Not bad at all, especially in the Big Ten. Ranked 37th out of the 134. Record at home, they're 6-0. The notable wins, they beat number 15 ranked Michigan and number 21 Iowa at the time. Record away, though, they lost on a game-winning field goal versus Illinois, 23 Illinois at the time. And they lost Notre Dame. Notre Dame had a pretty good game against USC. So the record against ranked teams, 2-2, not too bad at all. So hey, this is going to be a very interesting game to see. All right, and so lastly, after the team's comparison, this is going to be a tough game. Oregon's really good. USC's pretty good. Both have solid quarterbacks. But I think that I'm going to go with the safe bet here. I think that Oregon's going to win, though they did lose to Indiana, who has a really solid team, but USC is different. Both have great quarterbacks, Dante Moore and Jaden Maiava. So I think that it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think that Oregon's going to pull out a win with a my spread as -7, my score 31-24. I think it's going to be a really good game, hopefully. And comment down below what you guys think about this game. And hope it's going to be an epic game. So, yeah. All right, guys. Y'all have a great rest of the day. And see you guys next time. Steph 42 here. Peace out.